Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I want to take a minute to go over a video request that I had when that was top 6 rods for a beginner. Where I think the top 6 rods a beginner may need. He specifically asked about Dobyns rods. So if you watch this channel, you'll know I'm very big into Dobyns rods. I love the rods. I love the actions of them. Just everything about them. There isn't a flaw that I have found in a Dobyns rod. It's a great rod. And if you're looking at just getting into bass fishing, I would suggest to start probably in the Fury series. The Fury series is a really good rod. I prefer a cork handle, 100% cork. I'm a cork guy. I don't like any foam. I don't like any of the other stuff that's out there. I like the feel of the cork handle. The Fury series will put a cork handle up there on the reel seat itself, and then the backside will be foam, which to me is fine. It really doesn't matter on the backside. Where I want the cork is like on this one. I want the cork right here where my hand is. This back here I don't really worry about. This is a Fury series. You can always tell the Fury by the green. But with that, let's get into what I think the top 6 rods you would need, or you should probably start out with. I said number one thing being the Fury series. It's an affordable series. Excuse me. It's an affordable series. It's about $100 a rod. So, it gives you some wiggle room. You're not paying top end. You're for a rod, $300-400 for a rod. You're not paying $20 at Walmart for something that's going to break on the first hook set. But let's get into it to what I think you'll need. All right, we'll start out with a 733. Uh, I think a 733 is a good all around rod. It can be used for a lot of different things. You can do some finesse stuff with it here. You see, I got a Nico rig on this one. It's designed for Sinkos, flukes, spooks, spinner baits, and horny toads. It's a 1/4 to 3/4 ounce rod, medium heavy, fast action rod. This is the Champion XP, but they do make it in the Fury series. Uh, I like the Champion XP rods. I like the Fury also, but I'm a little bit more serious than just starting out on my fishing, so I like the Champion XPs. But for this rod here, like I said, you can throw spinnerbait on it. You can throw some top water on. I don't throw a top water on this. I throw my top water on a 705 CB. Uh, Sinkos, flukes. You can do some finesse fishing with this. The 733, actually, you can throw a shaky head on it if you need to, depending on the reel you go with. All my reels are Abu Garcia SX. That's what I love to use, the Abu Garcia SX Revos. But 733 would be my number one. It's a very versatile rod. You can do a lot of things with it. Number two would have to be my absolute favorite rod in the whole line is the 735. I love the 735. This is a frog rod. It's a pitch and flipping and a small swim bait rod. It's a 1/4 to 1.5 ounce Magnum heavy fast action. This rod's designed to get them up out of it. This is my number one favorite frog rod, the 735. I get ready to go down to the Gunnersville tournament. That's all I've got in the boat is my 735. So I've taken everything else out. Um, this particular one, I do use it to throw a wobble head, but you can throw a jig on this. You can Texas rig with it. Uh, you could Carolina rig with it, although it's a 7.3. I wouldn't suggest doing it. I wouldn't Carolina rig with anything less than a 7.6, but you can do it with a lighter Carolina rig. Like I say, you frog with it. This is the best frog rod you'll ever throw. You can throw a chatterbait on this. Uh, the 735 is very, very versatile. You can use it for a lot of different things. Whenever I have to choose my top 6, that's what I'm going to be looking at is the versatility of the rods. Where you can use it for multiple different applications because everybody can't run out and buy 30 35 rods for every different technique out there. So that's what I'm gearing this toward. Okay. Number 3 on the list would be a 705 CB. The 705 CB, it's a 7-footer, 5-power rod. It's designed for a 1/4 to 1 ounce, medium heavy, moderate fast action rod. It's designed for crankbaits, jerkbaits, salmies, lipless rattle traps, lipless rattle baits. I call them rattle traps no matter what they are. LV 500, Stacy 90s. This is actually one of my top water rods. I use a Fury 705 for my top water. This is a Dobyns Champion that I use for some square billing. I throw a larger square bill on my 705. It's just got a little bit more action to it, a little bit more tip to it, but it will work real good as a cranking rod. You can crank pretty much any crankbait on this except for your super deep crankbaits. It is an excellent topwater rod. It's got a lot of parabellum to it, so bass smokes that topwater, he will actually load up the rod. So those of us that have that hair trigger when we see a strike, this rod will help you sneak in a little bit faster hook set because the rod's going to load for you. Let's see, that's number 3. Number 4, I would say, would be a spinning rod, right? To throw your super light stuff. This is a 704, Dobyns 704. It's the Champion series, but they do make it in the Fury. They do make it in the Fury series. This is designed for light Texas rigs, light jigs, flukes, sinkos, floating worms. I like it for a shaky head, as you can see on there. I also like it for drop shotting. I have a 704 for drop shotting. I have a 704 that I use for shaking a minnow, for what you call it, live scoping and stuff like that. It's a really good rod, and it's good for multiple things when it comes to spinning. So there's that. Now, there are 2 technique specific rods I think everyone should have. One is a glass rod. A lot of people don't throw glass rods anymore, and I'm not 100% for sure if Dobyns makes one in the Fury series, but I still throw a lot of my square billing is done on a glass rod. A lot of my other cranking is done on glass rods. I got a couple different glass rods, but a 705 or 764, 765, something like that, depending how much room you have, is the way to go. I absolutely love my glass rods. If you'll see, this rod, this is one of the very original Dobyns. It's been through a few things, but your glass rod, like the 705, it will load up, but it's not as sensitive. So to me, it helps me when I'm square billing and stuff like that. If I hit a log and let it load up and it bounce, the parabellum of that rod when it comes over that lets that bounce differently than a graphite rod, and I think it helps me get more strikes. So that's one of the technique specific rods I think everybody should have, is a glass rod. It does take some getting used to on a glass rod because the hook set's different. You gotta lean into it a little bit more, but if you're square billing, you're really just leaning into it anyway. Your graphite rod is a little bit stiffer and has a little bit more punch to it. Now, the last rod, number 6. This one here is one I'm going to suggest that if you're going to spend money on any rod, spend money on a specific technique rod. You need to spend it on this. All right. This is your 766 or 765 flipping stick is what I have here. If you're doing any kind of Texas rigging, throwing a jig, stroking a jig out there deep on the ledge, if you're doing Carolina rigging, anything like that, the 766 and 765 flip is where you want to spend your money. This is an extremely sensitive rod. I like a full cork grip. I don't like a split grip on my flipping rods, basically because when I flip, I put it right here, and I've been known to bruise up. So anyway, for flipping, for throwing a jig, for Texas rigging, anything that's going to require the sensitivity to actually feel what's going on down there, that's where you want to spend the money on a really good quality rod. The other techniques you can get away with cheaper rod, you know, but spend the money on this technique. It's definitely going to help you. All right. Other than that, if you like this video, hit that like and subscribe, please. The like and subscribe helps promote this channel and boosts me up in the algorithm, gets it out there for more people. If you really like it, hype the video for me. I greatly appreciate that. If you want more in-depth on the Dobyns rods themselves, I do have an entire series on my channel. If you look in my playlist, you'll find a Dobyns rods series. It's a 6-part series, goes over a bunch of different types of rods. If you like it, check that out. Anyway, other than that, let's get ready for Gunnersville, and I'll see you on the water.